Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. We come to you from the Disneyland Resort 1 year later.
Yes, this is 1 year to the day.
Yep, it's March 13th, 2021, but on March 13th, 2020, the world changed.
Yes, it was the last day that the Disneyland park was actually open, same thing with DCA.
And now being 1 year later, a lot has changed. We've lost a lot. We've lost a lot of folks. A lot of life has changed. People have lost their jobs, their homes, their way of life. Everything is drastically different a year later, and we're here to kind of reflect on that. We're going to check out our last day here on that fateful day.
We thought it would be a good idea to actually share that footage with you. But we thought it'd be a good day to reminisce, see what's changed, how we feel now, how we felt then. You know, we were pretty, you know, optimistic.
We were. Before we get in there and get started, just a grateful shout out to all the healthcare workers, the frontline workers,
the essential workers,
the people that have kept everything together for all of us amidst this. We thank you. We're grateful.
And also to the cast members that have continued to work as we've been trying to get Disneyland reopened, as we've had Downtown Disney open. While this did come with a lot of sadness and heartbreak and loss, there is still some good things we did get out of it. You know, friendships that were, I would say, like built up stronger. There's a lot that we've learned to not take for granted anymore.
Oh, the little things, right, man? The little things. I think everybody can agree with that.
But I think as we definitely, you know, journey towards Disneyland reopening, and we look back like this, I do want to make sure that we always keep in our hearts all those that we did lose. Yeah,
we have to keep thinking about all that because in order to move on, we have to know where we came from. With that said, let's get in there. We want to start over at the spot where we started the video 1 year ago.
Yes.
Apparently they've dropped the rope so you can get close to the gate, which is literally where we started the video.
Yep.
We're going to start there because that was the last day before everyone's world changed forever. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Best Life and Beyond. We're back at Disneyland for the last day. It's the last day.
The park's going to be closing for almost 3 weeks, so we have to get the most out of this day.
Like Monorail, what do you think, Monorail? Monorail doesn't care.
A little sad.
He doesn't care, he's just doing his thing. You know, this is one of very few times that this park has closed. 9/11 was one of them, that was the most recent. The earthquake, the Northridge earthquake, the assassination of JFK. These are very few times, but this is very rare. They would never do this unless they thought it was absolutely necessary for the safety of the cast members and the general public as well. All right, so that was the opening. That's where we were hopeful. We were walking literally right about here. On that hopeful day.
Give or take a few steps, and it was pretty wet.
It was.
It just
and the lighting
started to really rain
lighting was very different because it was the morning. Now we're backlit, so it's a little weird.
Actually, I think it was kind of the afternoon.
Although because it was gray and there was no sun, we weren't backlit like this. But this is where we were still hopeful here. We were still excited. Yep. And I
remember feeling really emotional after we talked to Jeff.
Yeah.
Which
is the next thing we're going to show you is when we saw Jeff Rice, who is at Disney366_. He was the guy, if you follow Disney closely, he was the guy that went to Disneyland every single day for 8 years, which was over 2,000 days. I forget. He says it in this next clip that we're going to show you.
And I know we also have Peter too, but we didn't actually catch him that day. But Peter too's also come for so many years, every single day to Disneyland.
And Jeff ironically talks about him in the clip that we're going to show you. And that clip was taken a little further up. Now ironically they've opened up the rope so that folks can take a picture in front of the gate, and this is kind of, I'm going to show you where we interviewed Jeff, was kind of where this line is, so let's go on the other side of this line. This is where we interviewed Jeff on that last day. He would have been standing right here, and we had a nice chat and an optimistic chat, and we're going to roll that for you right now. We found our friend Jeff Rice. Jeff has been coming to Disneyland consecutively for over 8 years, right, Jeff?
Yeah, New Year's Eve was 8 years. Today is day 2,995.
Wow.
Jeez. And you can find him on Instagram. What's your handle?
Disney366
underscore. Yep.
That's what I would have forgot, is the underscore.
Yep.
So how do you feel about all of this?
Mixed. I know that they're doing it as a safety precaution, and it's a good thing with all that's going on. We don't know yet. There's, you know, what's happening. But on the other side, on the flip side, it's sad because I didn't get to choose the ending.
Right.
You know, and
yeah.
So for that, you know, it makes it tough. I've had a lot of people comment on my posts yesterday and today, but downtown Disney's open. Can't you just come and stick your foot through the fence and stuff like that? That doesn't count. The idea was coming into Disneyland, and that's the catch.
Yeah.
California Adventure didn't even count for my Disney 366 adventures. That was just a bonus of being a park hopper.
Wow.
So every single day of 8 years plus, I've been into Disneyland.
Wow.
And so that's going to be a big difference. But I mean, everybody, you know, Peter, John Hale, and his records, Raider Springs Racers record.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people with a lot of fun things. I mean, I never did this starting out to create a record.
Right.
This is just something that snowballed. I mean, reading all the posts of the love and acknowledgement I've gotten from people around the world has been what really pulls on my heartstrings. And so it makes it tough.
It's a good community of people too. It's like I'm holding the umbrella because it just started.
Yeah, because it just started raining. Yeah, on this last day, of course.
Yeah, it's sad.
But rainy days are fun days here at the park.
That is true. That is true, Jeff. You're right about that.
A little somber right now. I mean, I'm a little sad, to be honest with you. I'm happy that we get a day. Like, it wasn't just taken away from us. Like, oh, okay, now it's closed.
Right. At least we got a little bit of warning, and
You got to remember too, this is all mapped out on the perfect day.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
It's a rainy day.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's Friday the 13th.
Oh boy. I thought about that yesterday. Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, Jeff, that it saddens us just as much, bittersweet, because I think we lived through you. We come here a lot, but we also lived through you and your dedication and your love of Disney and your record that you didn't plan, but still we look up to that, and we admire that, and so I think yeah, we feel for you, as well as everybody out there who's not going to get to come here for a while, but thank you for keeping the magic alive and inspiring so many people as you do, and you will continue to. I know you will.
Giving happiness.
Yeah.
Most importantly, giving happiness.
Yeah, but we're really glad we got to see you, Jeff. I was hoping I would see you today, so it makes this final day before the closure that much sweeter, my friend.
Well, I'm glad I ran into you guys too. You all have a great time, and thank you everyone for following along. And you know, I'm still an annual pass holder. It's still paid for through next year.
Right.
So it's not like I'm not coming.
It ain't going away.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we have to take 2.5 weeks off.
Right.
You know, or thereabouts.
Yeah.
The count, the Disney 366 count, because it was, in my mind, it was put together because the original goal was of 366 days.
Right.
So that's calendar days.
Right.
Calendar doesn't stop even though the park stops. I know people have said, oh, just like Cal Ripken, when season to season, when the season stopped.
True.
But I'm not doing this as a seasonal. I did this as a calendar base.
Okay.
And so the calendar continues when the park doesn't. So unfortunately, just like when Walt Disney World has had hurricanes close their gates and, you know, puts an end to any counts going on over there, unfortunately COVID-19 has hit the brakes for my count.
Okay.
So the daily visits may stop, but the Disney fun won't.
Amen to that. Thank you, Jeff.
Right on, Jeff. That was the Jeff Wrights interview, which I value so much now. And did you see the optimism that he had?
Yeah, I mean, I remember though, that's when I got emotional because he was so optimistic, and I was like, I don't know, it made me feel the opposite, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, he even said, like, you know, well, I'm paid up until next year for my pass, so I'm not worried about it. I'll be back. He was upset that it was ending his record, his streak, also of which had to be Disneyland, not DCA, it had to be Disneyland.
Right.
And so that was quite an accomplishment.
It's just wild though that like we were standing right here a year ago and we were able to just walk into the gates and go into Disneyland, and it's something that I've been doing my entire life. Like I don't know any different until this year completely changed my life, you know, and so to think that last year on this day was our last time we freely walked into Disneyland with no mask, nothing. You just walked in and everything was normal.
And to be fair, I was pretty bummed out. I didn't show it right away, but even the fact that it was going to be gone for 2 to 3 weeks, in my mind, I was pretty bummed out. So I think I've grown a lot in that way of like, I've learned to live with it now for quite a long time, like all of you guys have. It's just weird because I was kind of like, all right, I can do this. You know, it's only 3 weeks. Like, come on, buck up, Spence. And anyways, I digress.
I do know at one point there was a little part of me that was like, it's gonna be nice to take a little break for 2 weeks or so. You know, like it'll be kind of nice to just like focus on some things I've been wanting to do. So it's just crazy though that who'd have thunk a year later. So I think though, on that note, let's go into Disneyland.
Yeah, the first stop we made was Town Square. It was raining at that point and we started our journey. We're in Town Square where we love to be.
It's very beautiful with the rain
Town
though,
Square.
I have to say.
So nice.
The rain, even though it's not fun to be in, it's very pretty.
It's washing away all the badness. Wash away the bad. Harness, bring in the good, the positive. Harness it, Katie, bring it in.
That's why we're here. We're bringing it in at Disneyland.
Bring it in. There you go, there you go.
A sea of umbrellas and ponchos.
On our way to Toontown, but you know what? We're gonna just take a quick stop and admire Ye Olde Castle because this vantage is so great from right here. What's up, you guys?
Disney Ducks, we're gonna miss you.
We're gonna miss you guys, and I hope the popcorn flow doesn't affect you. I love how they walk right through the gate. Like,
yeah, they're just like, excuse me.
Yeah.
V-I-D.
Very important ducks.
They're not. Too funny.
Oh. So that was cool seeing the little Disney ducks cruising around. We didn't realize how long it was going to be since we saw them. Actually, we started seeing them at Tortilla Joe's at the fountain because they were lonely and they knew where the food was. They like Tortilla Joe's just as much as we do. But from there, we made our way to Toontown, and ironically, there was something that we saw going to Toontown, the big crane that was building Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway West Coast version. Little did we know that a lot of months later that we'd be on the one on the East Coast there and experiencing that incredible attraction. But anyways, we went to Toontown. We rode Roger Rabbit, which was fun. I'm
glad that we, on our last day, went on like Disneyland exclusive attractions.
We did. And then we made our way to Fantasyland, where we took a look at the scrim for Snow White, which now is complete. We saw, I don't know if any of you guys saw, spoiler alert, online, you can see the completed attraction pretty much. They did such an amazing job on it, and I mentioned, if you heard me, I mentioned that, hey, when we come back, maybe this will be finished. Well,
that was optimistic.
That was optimistic, and I thought 3 weeks it was going to be finished. Like, yeah, right, Spence.
Right.
But it actually is done, so here, I made a real prediction there.
Yeah, there you go. The other thing that was crazy was that the carousel was actually covered.
Yeah, it was scrimmed up. They were working on that.
And it stayed scrimmed up because we would watch, we could see online throughout the pandemic, we would see photos from inside the park, you know, when they would do some overhead shots, and it stayed scrimmed up for quite some time.
Yeah, it did. We went on Pinocchio.
We did.
After that, we ventured over to the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. One of our favorite attractions, period.
It really is. And again, like I said, another Disneyland exclusive ride.
Yeah.
Stuff that they didn't have over on the East Coast, or don't have on the East Coast.
Correct.
So it's kind of crazy. I don't, it's kind of weird now looking back, like how did we happen to just go on most of the attractions that they have only here on the West Coast at Disneyland?
I don't know, but let's roll the footage now. Whoa! Oh boy! Oh! Woo! Water! I got sprayed. I need the wipers.
I know, Megan got too.
Bye, Matterhorn. See you later. Bye, Harold. Maybe we'll see you for one more later, but I don't know. Just in case.
Just in case.
Peace, Harold. Oh, Matterhorn. Oh, Harold, we miss you dearly.
And Barreled.
And Barreled, of course. Shortly after that, we ventured over to one of our favorite eating establishments, Jolly Holiday. Got the favorite meal there, the Jolly Holiday combo, because it was a rainy day, so I usually like to get, you know, the soup and the grilled cheese. That was quite good.
It was so good too. Nothing like the tomato soup and grilled cheese. They do it right there.
They do it right. I even mentioned at one point about that being my last meal, so that was interesting. Then from there, we went on another attraction that has seen some attention in the last months during all this, the Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah.
The Disneyland version of the Jungle Cruise.
You want to know something funny though, is while we were actually in line for the Jungle Cruise, I had to renew my annual pass because I'm like, oh, it'll only be closed for like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month at the longest.
That's right.
So I renewed my annual pass while in line for that attraction on the last day.
Little did you know that would be in vain. That it didn't matter.
Nothing.
And then, of course, we had to do a classic attraction. I'm really surprised we didn't go on Haunted Mansion that day. I think we had probably just gone on it or something one of the previous days.
Yeah, probably.
But we decided to go on the old Pirates of the Caribbean, Katie.
And I'm glad we did, because that smell of the pirates, the water in there.
Oh yeah.
It has stuck with me all this time.
And I think because it's one of our favorites, we should roll some clips of Pirates of the Caribbean now. Look at this, we've got some balloons making their way out from Disneyland, from the sacred ground.
Wow.
Those are special balloons.
I actually need to go in there and return a balloon.
I see green ones for St. Patrick's Day. Oh,
no,
Katie!
those are not green for St. Patrick's Day.
They are green for St. Patrick's Day, absolutely.
They're springtime balloons.
And what happens in springtime? St. Patrick's Day!
No, they have flowers and grass.
Oh, Katie, you steal me hard, Katie.
You know what's funny? I think on the last day we actually did go over to Patrick Bagora's little house.
And that's the clip we're gonna roll right now. All right, Katie, since we're not gonna be here for St. Patrick's Day because the park's gonna be closed, we had to come and say hello to one of our... Shout out to our favorite Adventureland friend. And his name is Patrick Bagora. Patrick, how are you, my friend? He's not coming to the door. He's heard of the scare, so he's not even coming to the door or the window.
Chilling.
Patrick, I know you can hear us out here. Happy St. Patrick's Day early. We miss you. Stay well. I'm sure you'll be taken care of here. Victor says hi. We're listening. Hello. Hello to you all. I miss you all. Anyways, Patrick Bagora. There's where he lives, right here. Right by the sign. Under the Indiana Jones sign. All right then.
his home is actually, his home tree is actually connected to the Indiana Jones sign.
Yeah, well, he had to approve that.
He did?
Yeah, it was
had to go under approval?
A real stringent process, trust me. The paperwork and the, oh man, the red tape involved.
For Niles and Niles.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It does pay for his rent.
Bye, Patrick.
Bye, Patrick. So I'll see you later, Katie. It was then that we made our way to the front gates, sadly. Get one last look at the old castle. Man, this is tough. Really, really hard to wrap my head around this. I know Katie as well. Oh, Main Street. Oh, man. It was getting dark. I was pretty emotional at that point. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I think from the emotion of it all. And I remember you asking me, hey, do you want to take a ride on the train before we go? And I said, no, I just want to go.
Yep.
Because I was pretty upset, to be honest. And I regret, that's my one regret from that day, is not riding the train one last time, because I thought, well, it'll be a couple of weeks. I can stand to get back there and do that. And I really do regret that.
I do remember too, you had just gotten the call that you weren't going to come into work for any of your shows that
That's
you were
true.
working
That
on.
happened while we were at Disneyland, ironically, that both of my shows that I was on were not going to be coming back for the following weeks. So there was a lot of uncertainty as to you know, what was going on at that point. And so like I said, we made our way to the front.
Yep.
Normally we storm out of these gates. Once we pass under the railroad, we usually just make a break for it and get out pretty quick out of Dodge. But something happened, and it happened right over there, pretty much in front of that planter on the way out, and well, let's roll that footage. All right, I'm gonna take a look at the train station one more time. The sounds of turnstiles will soon be quelled in a matter of hours, actually. Hard to believe. You know what's weird is we're standing here. We never stand here this long.
No. But
In this spot, we beeline for the gate.
Because we know we're coming back.
Can't leave. I don't normally get all emotional and weird, but we got to do what we got to do. It's tough, but we'll be back because we are best life and beyond, and we pride ourselves on living our best lives and inspiring you guys to live your best lives. So we're gonna keep it positive. I'm gonna raise myself up here out of this this emotional state that I'm in. Yeah, train. See. That's what I needed. Oh, thank you, Disneyland Railroad. That was Walt right there, by the way. Thanks, Walt. So yeah, that was the emotional end. I kind of broke down and had to get it together, and I think I did about 3 or 4 takes, to be fair, because I couldn't get it together. And you know, Victor was probably standing there like, what a wuss, you know, big tough Victor, firefighter Victor. But
and we all felt it. I think everybody just manifested. It came out differently for all of us. I know for me, I remember I kept, you know, buying snacks. Like I bought churro toffee and I bought some sour gummies because I was like, oh, I just need enough to get me through for, you know, 2 weeks. Yeah. But little did we know, and you know, now looking back, I don't know if I would have done everything the same. If I would have known it was going to be over a year. Yeah, I probably would. We probably would have done a few different things. I do recall getting some long, kind of static wide shots of things. I was looking at things a little different, even though it was only going to be 3 weeks. I was still looking fondly at it, like, you know, soak this all in as long as you can. And what's crazy is throughout this whole year, there were multiple times we needed more memory card footage, whatever, and Spencer could not delete this footage, like, at all. No, I kept this memory card. I probably will forever. I usually erase memory cards once we get the video uploaded. That's it. The rest of the footage, the raw footage, goes away. I erase it and I move on. The vlog itself becomes our scrapbook, our photo album, so to speak, of that day, because that's partly what this channel is too for us, living our best lives and documenting it. It's so much of our life that we do watch back things in like a photo album. So that was the one I did keep, ironically. So here we stand, you know, on the heels of a reopening at Disneyland. Yeah, we don't have an exact date, but you know, we've been told the end of April.
We're waiting patiently like all of you guys are. Yep. We're very excited. We're hopeful. We're a little nervous, a little bit of anxiety, to be honest. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I don't know if we're going to get in.
Yeah, we don't know, because we don't know what the ticket situation's going to be. But
yeah, when you look at how Touch of Disney went as far as getting tickets for that scares me a little bit. Right. As far as being able to get in. But we'll get in when we get in, if we're lucky enough.
It's just crazy to be back here, though, and to think of like what we've gone through, and you know, how many people we've lost, and what's changed forever.
It's good and bad. It's a weird thing, is because, you know, as I've said in previous vlogs about staying positive and trying to harness that end of things, because there's always a yin and a yang to all these things.
Yeah.
I will say the silver lining was you know, we became closer. Our vlog became a little more intimate with showing more of our lives at home. We went to Walt Disney World. I don't know that we would have gotten there as soon as we did.
Yeah.
I value that a lot.
And not to mention all the friendships we've made.
Yeah, our friendships have become a lot stronger with our friends.
And every memory that we've had, though, is that much more special.
It is.
It really is.
It is. We'll look back on this year tragically, but yet fondly, in a weird way. Like they both exist, and I think that's important to try to harness both of those feelings as far as how this year's gone, is to remember the good and the bad. We learn from those things and we grow and we're stronger for it. It's been really hard on a lot of people, and to you, to everybody who has suffered, our hearts go out to you and your families, and the cast members who, you know, weren't working, and some have been called back, but some still haven't been back to work. Our hearts go out to you. Frontline workers, essential workers, our hearts go out to you. Everybody who's been through this. It's not quite over yet. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel because of the vaccines rolling out.
We're thankful for all of the scientists and the people that work to get that vaccine out in pretty much record time.
Yeah.
And that we have something that can actually get us back to normal.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And it's going to get back. And we appreciate you guys. We are grateful to you for watching, for being a part of this journey that we're going to continue. Thanks for being there with us, and knowing that you guys are out there on the other side means the world to us.
And that you've stuck around all this time.
Yeah.
Not just through this year, but through, you know, the beginning of our channel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we've been through a lot, like all of you have. We're not alone in that sentiment, and so to you we are grateful. And with that, we are going to end this vlog on this fateful day, March 13th, a year later. Boy, what a long way we've come, and we thank you guys for watching. We hope that you will give this video a thumbs up.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
That's right. We will see you guys next time on Best Life and Beyond. Bye-bye, everybody.